kababayan, ilang tunog na lang po at tapos na ang taong 2012. A few days ago before the end of 2012, nakaugalian na po natin dito sa Kababayan LA na magbalik tanaw, mag-review po tayo ng year that was 2012, happenings, highlights, sidelights, and this afternoon on the show, this is Kababayan LA Year-Ender Special Part 1. We have two parts because the second part is going to be all about entertainment, Hollywood, Philippine show business, but for now, this part 1 are more news stories, serious news stories from the Philippines, from the U.S., and from the Filipino-American community. And when we talk about all those fields, we have, I think, we put together a very credible group for you this afternoon on Kababayan LA. And I'm actually very happy that each of them, despite their busy schedule, made time to join us today. Fred is with Bakit Y and also Filipino-American Chamber of Commerce in South Bay. Hello and welcome to Kababayan LA.
Thank you for having me.
Very active in our community. Of course, Nympha Rueda, one of the journalists that I admire. She does print, she writes for Philippine Daily Inquirer, and also does TV for GMA 7. In fact, Nympha, one of the more hardworking journalists out there. Thank you for joining us today on the show. And of course, Ronnie Ligo, ang akin pong isa sa mga paboritong co-host dito sa Kababayan LA, representing Weekend Balita and US Asian Post. Hello and welcome to you.
Maraming salamat, and of course to our guests today.
Yes, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
When you think about 2012, we'll discuss further later, but just very quick answers. Is it good or bad in terms of Filipino-American community?
I think overall it's good.
Okay, Nympha? In terms of Philippines?
It's good and bad.
We'll discuss that later. Safe answer, and Ronnie?
Yes, we already know that the economy in the United States is still, still reeling, and of course, hopefully we'll continue this progress and economic recovery. So we're anticipating a better 2013, hopefully.
Oo, and sabi nila pagka pangit there's no other way but
to.
Yes. Okay, let's first talk about top newsmaker from the Filipino-American community. Fred, let's start with you.
It's not one person per se, but it's more of a community. Now, I'm with the South Bay Chamber of Commerce, so I'm a little bit, biased. But for 2012, we were again able to celebrate Filipino-American History Month, and it's a month-long celebration. And fortunately for us, we did have a Supreme Bayani, Ms. Janelle So.
Oh, thank you.
And so that was a wonderful celebration for us.
And Apple came.
Yes,
Apple
he did. He helped
came.
close the event, Apple and Jason Farol. And to kick that off was the unveiling of Dr. Jose Rizal's monument in Carson's International Sculpture Garden. So that definitely was
your top
a big one.
newsmaker.
Yes,
that
absolutely.
Organization. Should we also include Nympha LaFace, because they also celebrated the 425th year of
That's right,
Filipino-American
and you were one of the awardees.
Ay, naku.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Hindi po scripted to, nahihiya na ako. Let's talk about a newsmaker coming from the Philippines.
Yes, well, of course, the president is the top newsmaker. Well, he started 2012 with a responsibility to appoint a new Chief Justice to replace the impeached Renato Corona. And he appointed the first female Chief Justice, and that's Maria Sereno, correct? Maria Sereno. So that's good. That's good. That's good. And he also had a strong stand regarding the South China dispute. And he said, what's ours is ours.
Yes,
so that's very strong. And he changed the name from South China Sea to West Philippine Sea.
Yes. So they claim on the Spratlys nga, diba?
Yes.
Yes. And then at the same time, what I like about him is he really stabilized the government, and that is why mataas ang confidence ng mga investors, and that is why we reported on that, Ronnie, the GDP growth of the Philippines.
Yes, exactly. 7.1%, actually the best in Southeast Asia, even better than Malaysia, Thailand, and Vietnam, 7.1%. So hopefully this will be a springboard to a better 2013.
Okay, did you want to add something? As a Filipino-American, Fred, born and raised here, or raised here, working here, do you care about what happens in the Philippines?
Oh, absolutely. I think, majority of FilAms, whether it's First or second or third generation, so forth, there's still that tie to the motherland. Whether or not they're actually, born there, there is still, people still call it the motherland. When people say my country, it's still the Philippines.
Right, and but
Whether or not you're here.
we're quite unique in a way because we are rooted there, but we are living here, so we also operate on what's happening here. And your top newsmaker for the U.S. is?
Yeah, of course, and nationally, it's President Barack Obama who won his second term. It's a historic win, despite hard economic conditions in the United States, and the Republicans were expecting that even his opponent, Governor Mitt Romney, expected that he was going to win. In fact, he prepared only an acceptance speech.
Yes.
Speaking of elections, we also have, as far as us are concerned, Filipino Americans, we have our very own Rob Bonta, who won, the first Filipino American to win a seat in California State Assembly. So we're hoping for, some issues, political issues, social issues that affect the Filipino American community be, discussed in California Assembly.
Right. So top newsmakers for, according to Ronnie, for the U.S. are President Barack Obama, of course, deservingly so, and also Rob Bonta for a Filipino American community. Top newsmaker for NIMFA in the Philippines, without a doubt.
Yes, it's President Aquino. And also, let's not forget that he visited LA for the first time. That was the first presidential visit to Los Angeles. And we were there.
Yes, we
were there.
We'll talk
We
about
covered
that.
it.
They are there. They always cover the news. They always cover events here, and that is why we wanted to have them here on the show, because we're not just going to be talking about top newsmakers. When we return, let us talk about the top news stories from the community, from the Philippines, and from the U.S. Stay with us.
Welcome to Toyotathon, biggest sales event of the year. I'm Jan. How can I help?
We're looking for something exciting.
Look around. Everything exciting is